When it comes time to creating your course content, you need to choose the right delivery mode for your students. So how do you know which delivery modes to use and which to avoid? Let's take a look. Hi, my name is Kat Sabello from The Stellar Way. I am here to help you and many other course creators be able to design, create, and launch your online course. So when you do create your course content, you need to decide on what delivery mode you will choose. So delivery modes are how you would share that content with your student. You might be most familiar with videos. There is also text. There is audio. There are many different types of delivery modes that you can choose from. So in this video, we will take a look at how I select my delivery modes and some tips for you to be able to select the right delivery modes too. But first, I want to break a myth, and that is that you may have heard you need to choose the right delivery mode or the right delivery method based on your students' learning styles. So you may have heard that if students are visual learners, then you need to provide them with videos. If students are auditory learners, then you need to provide them with audio. And for those students that need to read content, you need to provide them with text. Now, first of all, I would like to say that while these preferences to learning do exist, they are indeed preferences. And you shouldn't design your content based on what your learners prefer to use. Let me explain an example. So I love cooking, right? Something that I've been practicing for years. I used to go to different types of lessons in high school on cooking. It's something that I've been practicing over time. Now, because over time I have built my skill up of cooking, now when I want to learn something new within cooking, I can watch a video very briefly or I can read text very quickly. So I might have a bit of instructions, I can quickly read them, scan them. If I watch a video, I always skip through the video to see certain parts. Now I do this because I already have the underlying skills that I need and I'm just upskilling my existing skills. So for me, my preference in that situation is to watch a very quick video or scan content. So scan text. However, in something new that I'm learning, for example, several years ago, I was learning how to sew cushion covers for a couch. Now this was something very new to me, not sewing, but the cushion covers, and I was using an overlocker. Now I had used an overlocker many years in school, but I had not learnt how to thread an overlocker. I don't know if you know what this is, but it is 4 different threads all weaving into a machine and it has to be in the right order, otherwise it won't work. Now for me, this was a very new skill. I had never practiced it before. So I couldn't scan text, which is my usual preference in cooking, because I needed to learn every single detail. And when I did read the text, I didn't quite understand because we cannot show everything in text. So I also had to watch a video from the beginning to the very end. I couldn't scan through it. So in this example, when I was learning a brand new skill that I didn't have any experience in, I had to change my preferences. I couldn't scan through a video. I couldn't scan through text. My preferences for learning changed. So my point of this example is that while I prefer to watch a video or quickly scan text, it doesn't always work based on what my experiences are. So when you are deciding your delivery methods, you need to think the same. You need to think, who are your students? What do they already know? What experiences have they already had? And how can you then best provide the lessons to them to help them upskill? So for example, if you are teaching your students how to use Facebook for marketing purposes, then maybe you can assume with your students that they already know how to use Facebook. And so because they already have that understanding, you can easily provide them with a list of instructions, a text list, because they can use their existing experience to then follow your instructions. So the myth is that learning styles, while they do exist, they are a preference of what someone would like to consume content, but it's not always necessarily the right decision to make. Just like in my example of sewing versus cooking. If I made a decision to have very short videos and brief text, my students may not be able to learn because they don't have past experience to bring into the course. So let me show you my course curriculum. If you haven't yet downloaded a course curriculum, you can download it from the comments below. And this is a template that helps you to be able to identify where your students currently are and how to create a curriculum, that takes students from A to B. And then the next step is how to decide on which delivery methods to choose for your students. Let's take a look. So here, this is my course curriculum that is for one of my courses called Launch a Successful Course. This course has design, create, and launch. So it's a huge course that brings 3 things together. Now, during my learning outcomes phase, during this phase when I was designing my learning outcomes, you cannot see it here because I haven't included it, but to be able to create these, I researched my audience. I conducted market research to what they already know and what they would like help in. I've also done this for other courses as well. So for example, I'm doing a course on Agile course curriculum or Agile course creation. And in my course curriculum, when I created my learning outcomes, you can also see here that I've created this A to B journey of creating the learning outcomes and the knowledge, skills, and abilities. You can watch other videos that are in my YouTube channel on how to create specifically learning outcomes and how to create knowledge, skills, and abilities all in this curriculum. And you would see in those videos that I specifically highlight that you need to conduct market research. And in that time, you can take students from A to B, B being this course goal here. So A is where your students currently are, and then B is where your course will take them. And the whole point of that market research is to understand your current students, understand their past experiences, and provide them with content that takes those past experiences into account and helps them move forward, rather than giving them content that is below their current experience, meaning that you're taking them back maybe years and they already know all of this content, or you're going too far in the future and they don't yet know that content and you're delivering something that they don't have the skills for yet. So when we do that, when we understand exactly what they need, that helps us to start to create our course outline. Now, in our course outline, we can then determine what is the best delivery methods to help our students achieve these competencies to achieve their learning outcomes. So in my curriculum, you will find that in the course outline part 1, there are some examples here. There are examples of different types of lessons, different types of activities, and different types of assessments. So in this time, you can then look at your knowledge that you have, your knowledge, skills, and abilities, and say, okay, well, for my students, if you're considering your ideal student or the group of students that you've conducted market research on, and you'll say, for them to understand the benefits of a course structure, how can I demonstrate that to them? Do they already have experience of a course structure? Do they know what it is? Or do we have to create a video explaining what a course structure is and then using case studies to demonstrate the benefits and the consequences of not having a course structure? So while I can sit here and I can tell you which delivery methods I use these delivery methods based on what my students need. Now, that has nothing to do with their preference. It has everything to do with what they need to be able to succeed. So, in short, when it comes to designing your delivery methods, don't focus on what your students prefer. Focus on what your students need to succeed. Now, if you have questions about what type of delivery mode you should use for your current students, add them in the comments below and I'll be happy to help you be able to decide which delivery methods. Remember, download the course curriculum that's in the comments below, and that will help you to start to map out which delivery methods help your students achieve which competencies. Each week, we have new videos that are uploaded to this YouTube channel. So you'll be helping us a lot to subscribe to this channel, but also if you have a topic that you would like covered in this YouTube channel, let me know in the comments below and I'll be happy to record one for you. Until next video, happy course creating!